Baby number 2 has been evicted from my stomach, and now I am free. Well, at least like on the inside of my body, like I'm free. The outside, no. I officially have 2 kids to take care of. So, yep, that's my journey. That's the journey we're going on now. So, woo. So for this video, I just wanted to talk a little bit about my feelings on doing and making art after having baby number 2. I'm not even 3 weeks postpartum yet, so it's still kind of fresh and new. And even though I'm recording this, I haven't really made anything since I gave birth. I haven't really drawn much of anything since giving birth, or really in the past few weeks. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk a bit about more so where my mind has been within the past few weeks and what my feelings have been towards art with like me in the 3rd trimester, between the time where I was in the 3rd trimester and really approaching my baby's due date, to kind of where I'm at now, where I really want to get back into making art and getting things done, but don't quite know how to jump back into it yet. That's kind of where I am, so I want to talk about it a bit more. So the weeks leading up to me giving birth, that's it. The weeks leading up to me giving birth, those were kind of a doozy. I did not really think about drawing much at all. So yeah, I gave birth around 40 weeks. If you hear like random grunting and squeaks, I have my baby in my arms while I'm recording this. My husband and I keep joking that she's always just squeaking and squawking. Like I forgot about all the funny noises newborn babies make, so she's just squeaking and squawking and squealing, and it's just so funny, but it's also really cute. Anyways, I ended up giving birth, thankfully, to a healthy baby, happy baby. She's doing really well, and I'm just really glad that everything went well, and I was able to see my baby and take her home the next day. And also my oldest one, she's again 2. I think I mentioned it in my last voiceover video, but I also have a 2-year-old, and she's been adjusting really well to having a little baby sister, and I'm really happy for that too. Anyways, when I was still pregnant with baby number 2, just a few weeks ago, I couldn't really think about making art. I was in quite a bit of pain and discomfort this time around, like this pregnancy. And I think a part of that might be because I started this pregnancy at a higher weight compared to my first pregnancy. Like I definitely put on quite a bit of weight compared to when I was pregnant with my first. So I think that's probably part of it, and I just started gaining more weight, and I don't think that plus having a baby in my tummy was really good on my body. But I was just having so much pain. Like if I were sleeping, I was in pain. If I was trying to get up, I was in pain. If I was walking, I would have like these Braxton Hicks contractions that were so intense, so that was painful. I would have to like stop in my tracks sometimes or just sit right on down. But yeah, my hips, my pelvic area, it's like just when I thought one thing was starting to get better, like something else was like, hey, no, let's just keep going through it. But anyways, because of all that pain and also just the excitement and anticipation of wanting to meet my daughter, I was really trying to do whatever I could, whatever I physically could or would read about to help this baby come soon, to like naturally induce labor. So my mind was pretty far from making art. I didn't have any commissions at the time. There were some projects that I wanted to work on and some ideas I had gotten from friends and family. So that was on my mind, but I just knew I couldn't bring myself to work on them because all I could think about was, I guess, the pain and wanting to give birth and wanting to meet my baby. So yeah, I hadn't been making much art towards the end of my pregnancy. And November, what was it, November? Yeah, October, oh my gosh, October was like, woo, a lot of art. I was like going. And then when I hit November, I was like, I really slowed down quite a bit. And then by the time November was coming to an end, Thanksgiving was going on, and I was getting closer to my due date, I was just like, no, I'm not making art. And what's funny is that there was this one day where I actually did sit down in the bedroom and I had I think a pencil and my sketchbook. I finally dug it out and I sat down on the bed and I was about to go in and make some art, right? I was gonna do it. I was finally going to start. And then the light above, we have a light on the ceiling with a fan and stuff like that. The light on the ceiling, I had that on. And then it just blew out. I tell you, the moment I was really about, I had the pencil in my hand and I was just about to put it on paper, and then the light bulb blew out, and I was like, okay, well, I'm just not making art today. If that's not a sure sign, I don't know what is. So I just decided, okay, forget it. And then I just held off on making art for a while, and I thought, yeah, I'm just gonna focus on this baby. So now that the baby's here, again, I'm not even 3 weeks postpartum when I'm recording this, but there's so much I've been wanting to do. I've been wanting to get my body back to where it was and start working out. I've been wanting to just take care of the chores I usually take care of and bringing heavy things of laundry up and down the stairs. I've been wanting to just do things as normally as I had before I was pregnant and when things were a bit easier in my pregnancy as well. But there's a lot more limitations this time. Just maybe a few days postpartum, I really just started going okay, let's go for a walk. I'm gonna take care of this. I'm gonna pick up my 2-year-old. I started doing a lot and I was like, I can do this. And then I think later that night or that day or whatever, later that day, the pain really started sinking in, and I was like, ooh, I should not be doing any of this right now. I've just been so ready. And then I keep thinking about art and wanting to get back into drawing and get back into making my YouTube videos and my shorts and posting on Instagram. But I keep thinking about all these things that I just want to jump back into. And it really helps me feel like myself too when I can just get things done around the house, when I can make art, when I can record and be creative. It makes me feel like myself. So having the limitations now, I guess, it makes it really hard. Because it's what I was so looking forward to. Yes, I'll be able to, I'm gonna give birth and I'll be able to do all these things, and I will. It's just that I have to remember that it takes time. That's all. With that being said, I am going to try to work on easing my way back into creating and just understanding that things are going to be different this time around. I'm still in the early stages or period of postpartum. I now have 2 kids with very different needs right now. One being a newborn, one being a full-on 2-year-old. And I think it's just important that I understand that. Luckily, I'm still very excited and passionate about making art. It's just finding the right time, and that's what I'm kind of struggling with. But I know it's going to come in time. And actually, while recording this and realizing it literally is less than 3 weeks postpartum, and And like, you know, it takes time to just like get back into the swing of things and in the groove of things. Like, I'm still learning how to be a mom of two. I'm relearning how to take care of a newborn. Like, I'm still trying to make sure my body is physically up to certain things. So yeah, after recording this, it made me realize it's good to give yourself some grace, especially when there's life changes going on, and having a baby is a pretty big life change. So yeah, I think this is kind of like a little bit of therapy right here for me. So you get to tune into my little personal therapy session. Here it is. But yeah. Side note, this is my second voiceover, and I was wondering if you're listening, like, do you like this? Do you enjoy just kind of listening about, you know, I don't know what your like what your what do I say? I was gonna say your favorite artist, but I might not be your favorite artist. But an artist you like listening to or watching. Do you enjoy hearing about like their life? Do you enjoy just kind of hearing them talk like this? Is my voice okay? Do I sound annoying? I don't know. Any feedback would be really appreciated. I know and understand that my recordings probably aren't the cleanest. I'm just using a little app on my phone right now until I work on eventually getting something a bit better. But just the idea of like watching a drawing and listening to a little voiceover or like a little snippet or insight to the artist's life, I was just wondering if that's something that you all as my viewers would like to see more of and hear more of. So if you do, just please leave a comment below and let me know. And if there's anything else that you want to know about, or questions that you have, or content that you want to see, please let me know. Not all my videos are going to be voiceovers, so I do plan on going back to just doing some drawings with music. I have some tutorials that I want to kind of do this year as well for my YouTube channel. Yeah, but I really do enjoy just kind of talking. I've always been so nervous to do that because I'm like, oh, I've been told that my voice sounds like a baby's, and I don't know, that kind of like ruined my self-esteem a little bit one day. Oh man, the story goes like this. I have to tell the story. But like for a while I had been pretty shy to talk to people, especially in public settings. And my husband, he had been telling me like, well, okay, in this instance, there have been times where I've seen like another girl or something with like pretty hair, and I'm like, oh, I really want to compliment her hair, or she's wearing a really cute outfit and I want to compliment her, but I'm like, no, I'm too nervous. I just feel like I'm gonna be too awkward about it. And my husband's like, no, you should, like, it'll probably make her feel really good, and like, you know, think about how you feel when you get complimented too. And I'm like, true. So I kept what he said in mind, and one day I was at a gas station and there was this girl with like really pretty hair. I think they were like braids or locks. She had some sort of style, and I was like, I really like your hair. And she just looked at me and I was at the register with her, and she just looked at me and she said, why you sound like a baby? And then I just broke. I was like, oh, I don't even know how I responded. I think I just kind of went, and was like, okay, I'll take gas on pump number whatever. And it just was like, all right, well, so much for trying to compliment people. But yeah, I guess I've always had like a soft voice, and I'm like, dang, when I record myself and I listen back, I'm like, I sound kind of like a little kid. That's at least how I view it. That's how I view myself sometimes. Because when you're talking, like, you know, you think you sound a certain way. And then when you listen to yourself, you're like, what? That's me? That's what people hear? It can make you a little self-conscious, but I think doing these recordings is also kind of helping me get over it, feeling self-conscious. I had been kind of afraid again to record my voice because of that feeling, and just being afraid, but you know, this is how I sound, and if you don't like it, please press mute or click somewhere else. I'm so sorry, but this is the voice I'm stuck with. Have a good day. Well, as always, thank you so much for visiting my channel. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video and have a great day. Bye.